You've probably seen pictures like this saying, if you stop working out, you'll lose it all. And of course, if you take steroids and then you quit steroids and quit working out, you lose a lot of muscle mass. But what about natural lifters? How fast do we lose muscle mass? And most importantly, what can we do to stop it? Because at one point or another in our lives, we will have to stop working out for a little while. Maybe it's a couple of weeks on vacation. Maybe you got a little injury that will last for about 4 weeks. Maybe you're switching jobs, you're moving to a new city, and you'll stop working out for a little bit. So how can you prevent the loss of muscle mass during those times, and how much really do you lose? Well, according to this meta-analysis of the muscle loss in people who stayed in bed all day because of some injury or something like that, muscle loss occurs at a rate of approximately 0.5% of total muscle mass per day. This translates into approximately 150 grams of muscle tissue lost per day in a healthy adult, resulting in more than 1 kilo of muscle mass lost after a single week. So, after a single week, if you stayed in bed the whole week, you could lose up to 1 kilo of muscle mass. That's about 2 pounds of muscle lost in 1 week. After just 10 days without training, your type 2 muscle fibers can shrink up to 11%. But in reality, this 11% isn't actually muscle. It's simply glycogen and water stored in your muscles. When we work out, we increase glycogen and water stored in the muscles, which make them look bigger. Muscle glycogen can account for up to 16% of total muscle volume. So this explains why some days you actually feel way bigger than the other days. It's because your muscles are full of water and full of glycogen. That can be a difference of 16%, and if you account for water, even more, because glycogen attracts water. A study in swimmers found that after only 1 week without training, the glycogen levels in the muscles went down by 20%. So as you can see, if you stop working out for a small period of time, you will feel smaller, you will look smaller, but you probably don't have to worry about it because it's just glycogen and it can come up again when you get back into working out. So in reality, real significant muscle losses in people that just stop working out, are not in bed, are still active during the day and all of that, doesn't really happen significantly up until 3 weeks. So real muscle loss only happens after 3 weeks without working out. And of course, there's a lot of factors that come into play here, like diet, and we are going to talk about that in a minute. But just for you to have an idea, in 3 weeks you don't really experience any muscle loss, and when you get back to training, you'll probably experience better gains. But what about strength? How quickly do we lose strength? Well, according to the first study of people that stayed in bed, a decline in strength ranges between 0.3 and 4.2% per day. However, if you just stop working out, if you stay active during the day, strength levels can be maintained up to 3 weeks of detraining, but decay rates will increase thereafter. So again, 3 weeks seems like the magic spot. And now, what about cardio and resistance for all the resistance athletes out there? Cardio seems to go off a little bit faster than the rest. A 2018 study with people that had just trained and finished the Boston Marathon concluded that even working out a little bit after to try and maintain the resistance levels didn't work. So this means that for cardio, if you reduce your intensity, you'll probably also lose gains, which is really interesting. You really need to keep up that intensity. Working out just a little bit won't cut it. However, this does not apply to muscle mass because, as this study has shown, doing just 1/3 of your usually training volume is enough to maintain and even build a little bit more muscle. So you will lose cardio faster than muscle mass and strength. So for the final question, what can you do to prevent muscle and strength loss? Well, the first thing that you really need to do is to eat at your maintenance calories. This means that you're not eating any more than you need and you're not eating any less. Because if you're not working out and you're on a caloric surplus, you will gain a lot of fat. You're not giving your body any reason to build any more muscle mass, and that caloric surplus will become fat faster. And on the other side, if you're not working out but you're in a caloric deficit, you will lose a lot of muscle. I'm telling you this from my personal experience. I had a 6 months injury in my shoulder and I decided to do a little cut without working out, and I lost a ton of muscle mass. I lost almost 10 kilos of muscle mass. That's a lot. That's 22 pounds. The second thing that you need to do is to have a balance of all your macronutrients. That means that yes, you need to eat protein to maintain your muscle mass, but you also need to eat carbs and fats, especially carbs because they will fill your glycogen stores and make you feel not so small, because when we stop working out, usually we will feel smaller. Imagine cutting out carbs and feeling even smaller and being even smaller. No. Keep maintenance calories and keep a balance of all macronutrients. The third thing that I have to recommend is to stay active during the day, and if you can work out, even if it's just 1 or 2 times per week, just 10 minutes, go for it. As this study has shown, just 13 minutes workouts per week were able to not only maintain but to build muscle. Okay, 13 minutes 3 times per week, 45 minutes a week was able to build new muscle. So if you don't have time to work out during a long period of time, go to the gym even if it's just 13 minutes. And my last recommendation is for you not to worry too much, because when you come back to training, muscle memory will kick in and you will make the best gains of your life. Muscle memory is real, is well studied, and it means that if you stop for a long period of time and then you come back, you will be able to build muscle faster and get that muscle back faster. And I know what you're thinking. How much does muscle memory last? Can I stop working out for a month, 2 months, 5 years, 15 years? Well, 15 years seems right. Really, muscle memory lasts up to 15 years, or more likely, it's permanent. That means that if you build muscle now, 40 years from now, you'll build muscle faster than the person that didn't build muscle now. That's fascinating. So start working out when you're young, because muscle memory actually works the best when you build your muscle while you are young. So go out and do it now. So that's it for the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was really helpful. If you like the video because it helps the channel a lot. Let me know in the comments down below if you ever stopped working out for a long period of time. I have. It sucked. It was the worst time ever. I really love working out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Share this video with everyone that is going to stop working out or everyone that will benefit from it. And I'm going to see you all in the next video. Peace.